of the Innovation Hunt, the first of its kind. We have organized for students during the last month, and this was completely on online platform, right from the concept development to final implementation and also the prize distribution. I wish to compliment Dr. Kumar, project chair of this contest, and Vice President of ORSI Kochi, and Dr. Roy John, Honorary Secretary, for making this contest happen. Now let me get on to the duty of welcoming our guests. Let me start with our chief guest, George sir. I know him for so many years. His son's wedding was last week, and he was having a very busy time during the last couple of weeks. In spite of his very busy schedule, he readily accepted our invitation to be the chief guest for giving away the prizes to the winners of the Innovation Hunt we organized last month, and also to inaugurate ORSI Talk Series as the first speaker. Let me welcome sir on behalf of ORSI Kochi chapter and also on behalf of all of you present for this function. Welcome you, sir. We have Mr. Balakrishnan, Executive Director of Geojit Financial Services and a part of ORSI Kochi as our executive committee member, to felicitate the prize winners and also to give us a brief talk on the role of operations research in the new normal situation. Let me extend a special welcome to Sri Balakrishnan.
Thank you, Ravindra. Thank you.
We have the participants and prize winners of Innovation Hunt present here on this online platform. Let me extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Yeah. Many of our guests, invitees, and ORSI members are online to attend this function. I extend a very hearty welcome to all of you for attending this function. Now over to MC for further proceedings. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for that warm welcome. Now I would request Dr. Rijigmar G, the Vice President of ORSI Kochi chapter and Associate Professor at Amrita School of Business, Amrita Vidyapeetham University, to give a brief introduction of our chief guest before we can listen to him.
Thank you, Nisha.
Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Nisha. Hope I am audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Respected George sir, Chief Guest of the event, Sri Balakrishnan sir, Guest of Honor, Dr. Ravindranath, Honorable President of the chapter, ORSI Chapter Kochi, Dr. Roy, the Secretary, Honorable Secretary of the Kochi chapter, other ORSI members present here, participants in the Innovation Hunt and other dignitaries, the faculties from other institutes, all present here. Good evening to one and all. The responsibility entrusted with me is to introduce Sri CJ George to the august audience present today. Chennai John George is the founder and managing director of Geojit Financial Services. Geojit Financial Services was founded in 1987. Geojit Financial Services Limited is an investment services company in India, headquartered in Kochi, Kerala. It operates a network of offices across India and in Middle East. In fact, Geojit is pioneer in many models in financial services. To be precise, Geojit was the first company in India to launch online trading facilities, develop franchising models of sub-broking, formed many joint ventures in West Asia, and first to begin commodity futures in trading. Sir, it's a privilege for me to introduce you to this crowd. Mr. George has over 35 years of professional experience in the securities market. Mr. George is a final word in financial advisory services. He has presented, along with this, he is an academician. He also helped industries. He has presented numerous papers related to the industry, the challenges faced by the industry, financial related matters of the industry growth in seminars in national and international forums. He frequently contributes articles to financial publications and serves as a guest faculty in reputed management schools. Mr. George has a master's degree in commerce and is also a certified financial planner. Mr. George holds lot of key positions in many organizations. He is Executive Committee member of National Stock Exchange of India, National Securities Depository Limited, Managing Committee member of ASSOCHAM, Director of V-Guard Industries and former Director of Federal Bank and Joya Lucas. He is also a chartered member of Financial Planning Standards Board of India. Mr. George is a recipient of Management Leadership Award of Kerala Management Association. And he is known for his philanthropic initiatives also. Even while very busy in building institutions and supporting industry, he was always in forefront in many activities of social significance. He always motivated entrepreneurs and helped many of them to nurture their dreams. I am again expressing my privilege and gratitude to get the opportunity to introduce Mr. George to the audience. Sir, we are listening to your voice of wisdom, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Ravindranath, President of Operations Research Society, Kerala chapter, Kochi chapter. My colleague, Sri A. Balakrishnan, Dr. Rajiv Kumar, Dr. Roy John, Sri Balaji, Dr. Ashwati Ashokan, members of the local chapter of the Operations Research Society of India, the contestants who participated in the contest, the winners, and ladies and gentlemen. Let me first start with an apology. An apology for accepting this invitation. The reason being, Dr. Ravindranath and my colleague Balakrishnan, they put some gentle, friendly pressure on me. I am neither an expert in operations research by training, nor an active practitioner of operations research. Although, stock market is a playground for some of the key tools of operations research. It has been in the past, and it continues with renewed vigor of late. Now, the topic given to me today is how we could kickstart
MSME sector in Kerala. We have done one panel discussion in association with the Kerala State Small Industries Association about 6 months back. The next one is happening very soon in the online platform. Some of our members in the chapter under the leadership of Dr. Rajiv Kumar are conducting training programs on research methodology for those who are doing their doctoral studies. This is actually a support given by ORSI Kochi for the educational institutions. ORSI Kochi chapter was represented by our members in many national and international seminars organized by B schools as well as other professional bodies. Our members are also conducting webinars regularly for industry professionals, B school and engineering college students. We are planning to undertake research on issues of social relevance and come out with suggestions and recommendations soon. We are initiating a talk series today. In fact, our chief guest, Sri CJ George, MD of Geojit Financial Services, is actually inaugurating this by giving the first talk today. Our chief guest is also announcing the prizes of the Innovation Hunt, the first of its kind. We have organized for students during the last month. And this was completely on online platform, right from the concept development to final implementation and also the prize distribution. I wish to compliment Dr. Rajiv Kumar, project chair of this contest and vice president of ORSI Kochi, and Dr. Roy John, honorary secretary, for making this contest happen. Now let me get on to the duty of welcoming our guests. Let me start with our chief guest, George sir. I know him for so many years. His son's wedding was last week, and he was having a very busy time during the last couple of weeks. In spite of his very busy schedule, he readily accepted our invitation to be the chief guest for giving away the prizes to the winners of the Innovation Hunt we organized last month, and also to inaugurate ORSI talk series as the first speaker. Let me welcome sir on behalf of ORSI Kochi chapter and also on behalf of all of you present for this function. Welcome you, sir. We have Mr. Balakrishnan, Executive Director of Geojit Financial Services and a part of ORSI Kochi as our Executive Committee member to felicitate the prize winners and also to give us a brief talk on the role of operations research in the new normal situation. Let me extend a special welcome to Sri Balakrishnan.
Thank you, Ravindra. Thank you.
We have the participants and prize winners of Innovation Hunt present here on this online platform. Let me extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Yeah. Many of our guests, invitees, and ORSI members are online to attend this function. I extend a very hearty welcome to all of you for attending this function. Now over to MC for further proceedings. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for that warm welcome. Now I would request Dr. Rijigmar G, the Vice President of ORSI Kochi chapter and Associate Professor at Amrita School of Business, Amrita Vidyapeetham University, to give a brief introduction of our chief guest before we can listen to him.
Thank you, Nisha.
Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Nisha. Hope I am audible to you.
Yes, sir. You're clear.
Respected George sir, Chief Guest of the event, Sri Balakrishnan sir, Guest of Honor, Dr. Ravindra, Honorable President of the chapter, ORSI Chapter Kochi, Dr. Roy, the Secretary, Honorable Secretary of the Kochi chapter, other ORSI members present here, participants in the Innovation Hunt and other dignitaries, the faculties from other institutes, all present here. Good evening to one and all. The responsibility entrusted with me is to introduce Sri CJ George to the august audience present today. Chennapallil John George is the founder and managing director of Geojit Financial Services. Geojit Financial Services was founded in 1987. Geojit Financial Services Limited is an investment services company in India headquartered in Kochi, Kerala. It operates a network of offices across India and in Middle East. In fact, Geojit is pioneer in many models in financial services. To be precise, Geojit was the first company in India to launch online trading facilities, develop franchisee models of sub-broking, formed many joint ventures in West Asia, and first to begin commodity futures in trading. Sir, it's a privilege for me to introduce you to this crowd. Mr. George has over 35 years of professional experience in the securities market. Mr. George is the final word in financial advisory services. He has presented, along with this, he is an academician. He also helped industries. He has presented numerous papers related to the industry, the challenges faced by the industry, financial related matters of the industry growth in seminars in national and international forums. He frequently contributes articles to financial publications and serves as a guest faculty in reputed management schools. Mr. George has a master's degree in commerce and is also a certified financial planner. Mr. George holds lot of key positions in many organizations. He is Executive Committee member of National Stock Exchange of India, National Securities Depository Limited, Managing Committee member of ASSOCHAM, Director of V-Guard Industries and former Director of Federal Bank and Joya Lucas. He is also a chartered member of Financial Planning Standards Board of India. Mr. George is a recipient of Management Leadership Award of Kerala Management Association. And he is known for his philanthropic initiatives also. Even while very busy in building institutions and supporting industry, he was always in forefront in many activities of social significance. He always motivated entrepreneurs and helped many of them to nurture their dreams. I am again expressing my privilege and gratitude to get the opportunity to introduce Mr. George to the audience. Sir, we are listening to your voice of wisdom. Please. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Ravindranath, President of Operations Research Society, Kerala chapter, Kochi chapter. My colleague, Sri A. Balakrishnan, Dr. Rajay Kumar, Dr. Roy John, Sri Balaji, Dr. Ashwati Ashokan, members of the local chapter of the Operations Research Society of India, the contestants who participated in the contest, the winners, and ladies and gentlemen. Let me first start with an apology. An apology for accepting this invitation. The reason being, Dr. Ravindranath and my colleague Balakrishnan, they put some gentle, friendly pressure on me. I am neither an expert in operations research by training, nor an active practitioner of operations research. Although, stock market is a playground for some of the key tools of operations research. It has been in the past, and it continues with renewed vigor of late. Now, the topic given to me today is how we could kickstart in the research professions, including the chartist and trend theory experts, that the problem with the game theory or technical analysis for that matter is when everybody uses the same model, then it becomes, a self-defeating kind of a model. So this is what I have seen in the market, in trading, in day-to-day life. If in a particular model that is used in the technical analysis space, if the same model is used by everybody, if it is that successful, then there is no superior advantage from that model. So a lot of people are using game theory based algorithms in the market. They are making money. I'm not saying that they are not, but the problem with the game theory based model is that or the limitation of that model is that if everybody uses the same model in the market or the same algorithm, once I start using the algorithm, the competitive edge due to timing in terms of building an algorithm is very limited. So if everybody uses the same algorithm, then there is no superior advantage. So we continue to use, every day in the market, either formally or informally, one way or the other, game theory for trading. And that trading volumes have really gone up today. Algorithm-based trading is around 30 to 40%. My colleague Balakrishnan will know better. 30 to 40% of the market volumes every day globally today. So these algorithms are built on the basis of a lot of principles of, OR-based business trading models. So these are, for the students, it could be interesting. Please continue to study OR in depth and then use those models and knowledge for the development of the market and for finding a solution to investors, a long-term solution to investors, how to come out with sustainable edge in the market, sustainable profit in the market. So I'm very sure people will continue to do this. And there are umpteen number of researchers that have come out, PhD theses that have come out on the same topic. So people will continue to research and continue to come out with models and algorithms, I suppose. And we are the big beneficiaries of that way. For a particular branch of OR, and a particular tool of OR, we are the biggest users. And I'm very sure, going by the vibrancy of the market, we will continue to use these tools and techniques in future also. I'm taking this opportunity to thank the society for inviting me. I have no claim with regard to any knowledge in operations research. My only claim to fame for getting this invitation is because I'm heading Geojit Financial Services. I know that. Thank you very much for inviting me. And I must also congratulate all those who participated in this contest, particularly the winners. These are Innovation Hunt is a very good topic, and all those who successfully contested this Innovation Hunt, I take this opportunity to congratulate and thank you very much. All the very best.
Thank you, sir, for that highly knowledgeable and enlightening talk. Your opinion on how to deal with the pandemic situation is really eye-opening. All of us really hope that the consumer confidence improves and the economy bounces back as soon as possible. And thank you very much for your inspiration for all the OR researchers. Now, let's move on to the main agenda of the event today. It's to announce the winners of the Innovation Hunt 2020. I welcome Honorable Secretary of ORSI Kochi Chapter, Dr. Roy John, co-founder and principal consultant at Console Associates Management Consultancy, to give a brief about what the Innovation Hunt is about. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nisha. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, right. Honorable Chief Guest CJ George, sir, President Dr. Ravindranath, Vice President Dr. Rajikumar ji, Sri Balakrishnan sir, and other office bearers of ORSI Kochi chapter, students and faculty from different colleges, and dear participants. The thought of this Innovation Hunt was initiated in one of our executive meetings, and it was quickly evolved into a program, and it was executed in less than 2 months' time. The theme of this concept or Innovation Hunt was something like this: innovations to manage disruptions in the economy. As Sir has rightly pointed out, all sectors, agriculture, industrial, service, all are under total disruption at a scale we have never seen before due to this pandemic. All the business models, successful so far, have been getting redefined or reinvented during this crisis. While certain sectors, such as aviation, tourism, healthcare, are really facing a downfall in revenue, some businesses, such as e-commerce or online education portals, are blessed with new opportunities. In either case, we have seen that the impact of this disruption is going to remain. ORSI Kochi chapter invited innovative ideas from graduates and postgraduate students to tackle with the disruptions. The students could choose a domain of his or her interest or expertise and suggest business continuity proposals to survive the disruptions in that particular domain. During this process of Innovation Hunt, the registration was totally free, and we could reach out to many number of colleges in India, especially South India. And within a short span of 1 month, that's a very short span for a research hunt, we could receive a large number of entries due to the really real help of our colleagues in academics and other industries. The large number of entries were evaluated by an expert committee, which concluded with 4 entries shortlisting for the first 4 prizes, which will be announced today. We are very sure that there are many entries which could be explored more and taken for further research, thought of, guided more, which can be made useful for the societies. The innovative ideas of the students are really eye-openers, as the committee has commented, in fact. And these 4 entries, we have the first prize winner, which will be announced by the Honorable Chief Guest. He'll be awarded with 5,000 rupees of cash prize and a certificate, along with the co-authors. The second prize will be given with 3,000 rupees cash prize and certificates. Third prize, 2,000 rupees and cash prizes. And there will be a consolation prize. Also, all participants will be issued with participation certificates, which will be distributed to them later. So, as our president earlier pointed out, we want to continue with this kind of engagements with the students community, especially students community, to take them further, to enable them further in the domain of, in the scope of research and article writing. We'll continue to do in this front some more. We are thinking of doing something more about this also, which will come out soon. So with this, I would request the chief guest, George sir, for announcing the prize winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Roy John. The consolation prize goes to a team from UC College, Aluva, consisting of Deepika Nair JR and Mahendra KS. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Nisha, could you invite them for Nisha, you could invite them for a brief.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah. Now I would like to invite our consolation prize winner to share her experience in participating in the innovation hunt.
You could turn on your video, Deepika.
Good evening, monitor.
Okay, it's not okay. Video is not so visible.
I think there are some network issues there.
No issue. Okay.
I'm really thankful for getting an opportunity like this. I'm really grateful to all. Special thanks to the ORSI group to providing a platform like this, even in this pandemic situation. Thank you. Thank you all.
You could talk about your topic, if possible.
Okay. My topic was about the inevitable role of connectivity in paving the path to one's desired destination. As all we know that connectivity, nothing is as important as being connected. So it also is an important role in one's career. We wish to develop an app, Empower Global, a virtual connective career. It gives more emphasis on the training and development programs. As all we know, the importance of training and development programs. We give more emphasis on the training and development sessions. We can say that it is obviously a free service provided, and there is no registration charge or something like that. So it will be beneficial to the economy, and it will help to the economy to bring down the living unemployment rate to some extent, I think. Also, it gives training to not only for the candidates or the students, it also gives training for the employees as well. It gives a better learning in their present position, and it gives a better position in their future. And that's it. So
Thank you, Deepika, for sharing your experience.
thank you.
George sir, now can we move on to the third prize winner?
Yes, the third prize goes to student of Rajagiri College of Management and Applied Sciences, Dia Akbar. She is a BCom student. Congratulations to Dia.
Thank you.
Dia, could you please share your experience on this innovation hunt, how you went through it, and what was your topic about?
Sure. Good evening to all the dignitaries, audience, and my dear participants. I am Dia Akbar. I'm a third semester BCom student from Rajagiri College of Management and Applied Sciences, Kakinad. First of all, as a proud Rajagirian, I would like to thank the Rajagirian institution, the principal, and all my dear faculties, without whose support and guidance, all these would have seemed impossible. I have and always will hold Rajagirian essence to learn, serve, and excel close to my heart. And I would like to convey a special gratitude to Neetu ma'am, because from the beginning, from my first research paper, she was there with me, and without her guidance, I don't think I'll be this confident and I'll be talking here. And I would like to express my gratitude to Operational Research Sector of India Kochi chapter for giving all of us a platform like this, especially in between this pandemic. In the absence of this event today, I wouldn't have gained this much knowledge, and I'm immensely touched by the dedications and the efforts taken to give our students opportunities like these to explore and develop ourselves. So I'll be talking about my paper. All these years, we witnessed a lot of innovations that changed the world. But now, how about I tell you that biology is going to be the technology of 21st century? Yeah, yes, you all heard it right. And that is what precision consumption is. When consumer products and services are designed based on human biodata, and its results are analyzed its results are being used, it's known as precision consumption. And precision consumption is a blend of technological accuracy and deep personalization with a very significant ingredient, that is you. And precision consumerism involves deep scrutinization of human genes and DNA, and applying the results on various products and services. Let it be health, human performance, commerce, agriculture, or anything. Precision has a solution. We can confidently say that with this, our economy will undergo a major metamorphosis. It would be a new world with a bright new face. There are enough and more justifications to prove it. All of us know health is wealth, but none of us know how to clinch this wealth. Well, precision lays out a path for this. It helps our body to enjoy the right amount of nutrients through the food we love. Precision data makes it easier for consumers and business to make choices that are eco-friendly for the planet as well as for themselves. Common problems like accidents, heart attacks, homelessness, disposal issues, and that never-ending list continues. Precision is a common solution for everything. There are few precision technologies prevailing and few yet to come to the market. And all these I would like to express all these great innovations through this paper. Through this paper, I'm also making a diligent attempt to propose an innovative act. All these life-saving innovations can be used efficiently only if we put an innovative act of conceding and hunting it down. There are a lot of innovations that has the capability to reorient the world, but is confined to few articles and in few hands. So disruptive innovation has to be in one's mind and then in one's action. So this is what my paper was about. And thank you so much. Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Dia, for that wonderful description of your paper, and congratulations again. Now we shall move on to our second prize winner.
Let me also congratulate Dia for that the OR based solution. I would also request you to work on this area with how to address the privacy related issues. It will be a good thought to pursue. The second prize goes to a team consisting of Anne Maria C. Thomas and Jisma Joseph, MBA students from Bhavans Royal Institute of Management. Congratulations, Anne Maria and Jisma Joseph.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Anne. Could you just give us a brief on what your paper was about?
Of course, thank you. Good evening, respected dignitaries and who all are present here. Myself, Anne Maria C. Thomas, and my team member, Jisma Joseph. We are second MBA students from Bhavans Royal Institute of Management, Kochi. First and foremostly, I would like to thank ORSI for providing this wonderful opportunity to put forward the business idea we had in our mind. We also extend our gratitude to our beloved Dean, Dr. Rajagopalan Nair, and all our faculty members who stood as supporting pillars. With this COVID outbreak, we thought all the opportunities are being closed in front of us. But indeed, this situation has made us to think about this plan. We are really proud that our first business plan itself got shortlisted, and now we have won the second prize. Next, I would like to give a short glimpse about the business plan. So our business plan is an app. It is named MedTech. Actually, it is an integrated app wherein it includes offline, online consultation, pharmaceuticals, laboratories, and so on. Later on, we would like to expand our services to drop-in, drop-out facilities, home nurse services, emergency ambulance services with integrating cabs. Now over to you, Jisma.
The coming future is uncertain as for all of us, the spread of communicable diseases are increasing enormously. And for that matter, we couldn't risk our life at all. And as well as it will be a great relief for those who are in need. And the main motive behind this idea is to break the traditional customs practiced in the healthcare industries till now. And through this initiative, the major beneficiaries would be clinics, laboratories, and pharmaceuticals. But we don't include hospitals as a source of income, as they will have a steady flow of income even without our support. But we need them for our benefit or for the development of our company. And we plan for 50 to 20% of commission on each service we refer to. And this would be the primary earning source of the company also. And we would expect income through intrusive ads also. And we are providing a 1-year membership option for customers, so that they will avail the free online consultation for 1 year, and after that they can renew this. And this is all about a plan. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Jisma, for the glimpse on your business idea, and all the best for taking it forward. Now, let's all move on to the announcement of the first prize winner of the event.
The first prize was to a team of 3 students, MCOM students from Naipunnya Institute of Management and Information Technology, Alfie Paul, Hira TB, and Swapna M. Benedict. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations, Alfie. Could you please tell us what your paper was about and what your idea is? Alfie, Hira, Swapna, anyone here?
We are so happy to be here that. And
whether the video is on, Nisha?
No, Alfie's video is not on, but we can hear you, Alfie. Go ahead.
Okay. We are so happy to hear that, and it's for us. And we are a member. We are a team of 3 members, and I'm myself, Alfie, and Hida, and one more, Swapna. And I use this opportunity to thank Opportunity Society of India, as well as my teachers and friends for giving their support and all. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alfie, and congratulations again. Thank you, George sir, for announcing the winners, and congratulations again to all the winners and participants. Now we can move on to the next agenda of the session. I request Mr. Balaji, Executive Council Member of ORSI Kochi Chapter and Quality Control Manager at SFO Technologies, to introduce our next speaker, Sri A. Balakrishnan, Director, Geojit Services Limited.
Thank you, Nisha. And it's my great pleasure to introduce our next guest of honor, Mr. A. Balakrishnan. Mr. A. Balakrishnan is graduated from Kerala University and holds a postgraduate graduate degree in mathematics and computer science. Also done a PGCPM, that is postgraduate certificate program in management from IIM Kozhikode. He is also a well-trained IT auditor. He is certified with CISA, that is Certified Information Systems Auditor, and certified in Risk and Information Systems Control. And he also holds awards, and he is a recipient of Manager of the Year Award 2010 from the Kerala Management Association. And he also holds a CIO 100 Award for the year 2010 to 2013 from IDG Media. And he started his career as a programmer training in Keltron, then joined in National Informatics Center in Delhi as a scientific officer. In 1995, he came back in Cochin and joined as a project head in Megatrend Systems. Then from 1998 onwards, he is a CTO of Geojit Financial Services Limited. Also served as a managing director of Geojit Technologies Private Limited, and also holds position as a management committee member of CIO of Associations of India, Kerala Chapter, and Kerala Management Association. He is also a member of industry associations such as GTech and ISACA. And I would take this opportunity to welcome him, and this is a privilege for me to welcome him, and I am passing it on to him. Over to you, sir.
So, respected Chief Guest, President Dr. Ravindranath, Office Bearers of ORSI, my dear friends, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. My connection with the Operation Research Society of India started with the friendship of Dr. Ravindranath. In fact, in one occasion, I was talking about linear programming to him. Then he said, we have a society like this. Why don't you become a member in this? Then I think it took 2 years for me to take a membership in that organization. Thanks to Dr. Ravindranath. And of course, I am interested in this topic, but I gave up long back. In fact, my NIC job was on that linear programming background. But when I joined there, I was put in some other project. Thereafter, I became a computer programmer rather than a professional linear programmer. So there it stopped, and thereafter only casual reading on operation research. Of course, as George sir said, in stock market, there are many use. For example, another use is queuing. Queuing in order management is based out of one of the optimization techniques we use in operations research. But my topic is actually on new normal, what we can do with OR. So it is an interesting topic, very difficult to say something on this because my background is very poor on this operations research. But I talked to many people, and then also I read something very interesting, and also I am correlating some events contemporary happened. One important thing is, for example, we were talking about the consumerism. One of the major major thing happened in the travel industry is no one is actually traveling. There is an interesting study by operations research team, especially in MIT. Probably many of the researchers here may be knowing Professor Arnold Bennett. He is also an aviation expert, aviation safety expert. He actually put a theory, and which is now available in the public domain. The first question was, in the aircraft, normally we have 3 seats in economy class in a row, whether middle seat has to keep empty for this coronavirus spread to control this. So his theory is whether if you have mask and basic protection, the difference between if somebody is there or not, the difference is very small, very narrow. So, and he proved that, and also chance of getting affected is 1 in 4,300. Otherwise, if you are in a remote corner, also 1 in for probably 5,500 or something like that. So basically the fear is actually creating the problem, which we have already discussed. Another thing is actually very interesting problem. I think one of the topic in the topics in the innovation hunt was the optimization of ambulance usage. So one of my friends who is working abroad, who applied the new generation tool, for example, OR tools by Google, and optimized the ambulance use and also ICU use. Normally, what is actually happening is ICU. In ICU, the number of ICU in a hospital is much less. It is actually the beds in the ICU is measured in developed based on the number of patients coming and how many of them normally become critical and admitted in the ICU. There is a standard pattern for that in a normal circumstances. But in a pandemic situation or any kind of such a disaster comes, what is actually happening is ICU usage will increase. In this particular situation, it is not happen. For example, in now let us take Kerala statistics. In Trivandrum, the number of cases are very high, whereas in some other districts it is not so high. So the ambulance and ICU are correlated. So the usage of the ICU in some places, for example, if we have some hospital in Cochin and we have empty ICU beds, then from Trivandrum we can actually transfer patient to Cochin. or in Calicut or in some other places. So there are two issues. One, ICU availability, and another thing is the logistics or transportation. As students of OR, everyone knows that actually there are these two. One is actually we learned the traveling salesman problem. Then normally the touring vehicle problem. All these things are basic assignments in our classes. Now, interestingly, this is very interesting. Actually, the Google OR tools, especially released in June, has built-in solutions. With that, in a couple of people actually created a wonderful model. That model is actually used in Germany, and they are saying that it is very successful. So there are many cases like this in pandemic, OR can be used. In industry, when it comes, today we are actually talking about optimization, and especially in the pandemic situation, people are working from home. If you are not self-motivated, the problem with working from home is, this is also I discussed with Ravindranath. Of course, he has a different view. But my view is actually, if you are not self-motivated, then this is not a wonderful model. You will be at home, the output will be much less, and also there will be a disaster. If you are unable to take decision, for example, in a group of people, there may be a leader who probably taking decision and others are executing. So the leader is actually collecting information from his colleague and also from information systems and other mechanism, and taking a decision or transferring some executable work to them. In an office environment, they are seeing each other or they are meeting in a conference room, and they are executing in a wonderful manner. But when they move to home, what exactly happening is, of course, we have like Zoom or Teams or something like that. If the person sitting remotely, he has many other problems. One is access to system, his bandwidth, his mechanism of working from home, all other things, and also the help from others. So this help is not available, and also the monitoring is not so close. So naturally, the productivity will come down. And for that, actually, now there are wonderful tools. One is actually, somebody was talking about task management. So this task management tools and also the monitoring tools, both of them, and along with their ability to access information. For example, if I need better access, I'll provide more bandwidth to them. This is again optimized through OR tools. So all these things now available as a package, which is actually interesting in this pandemic situation. And students, please browse through the Google OR tools. There are umpteen number of libraries available. Lot of libraries available, lot of solved problems available. You can package it and make wonderful things. Then another thing on ambulance. See, there was a discussion on ambulance, why ambulance driver alone or somebody else is not there. I'm not talking about the politics or any other thing. In a particular touring problem, in this scenario, in a real implementation, if you are implementing optimal solution for usage of ambulance, in many foreign countries, not in India, I don't have any evidence from Kerala, or even I asked the Cochin University whether you have done anything for our health department or something. But what I found, especially in Germany and all, on the fly, driver will get instruction where to go. This is based out of optimal solution. So that is why they are not allowing relatives or somebody to come in to accompany in the ambulance. I do not know whether Kerala also implemented similar kind of a solution, but this is actually required when you have an optimization in place, because we do not know at any given point in time which hospital has bed or which ICU is free, where the ventilator is available. This is actually created. There is a model now available, again with the Google OR solution, which can be used for this. So along with the GPS implementation and OR tools, the ambulance can be driven to the respective destination. So patient and ambulance driver, we have many problems now, but that is antisocial problems. We can't solve with the OR or any other scientific mechanism for that. That is a different issue. I am talking about an optimization mechanism which actually require a GPS or tools on his mobile, and the ambulance will be driven to the available ICU or available ventilator or hospital bed or something like that. On the fly, he may have to change his direction. This is actually available. This is implemented in many countries successfully and optimally, and also time is an important resource. It will not ask you to take, okay, in Delhi there is a bed available, okay, drive to Delhi, it will not say. So this is very interesting. So operation research students and also the community, if you can study along with the technology, then we can actually find lot many solutions for this the current problems, for current problem. I'll also tell you the testing, the sampling and testing. There are also very interesting things are happening along with the OR and optimization technique. Today, I don't know whether we heard about testing in you actually create a containment zone. Then there will be a group testing. And then you classify a group as, okay, this is potential for COVID-19 group, and then create containment zone. This is also optimized now. There are many methods now people are using for this. So we are actually reading newspaper, reading social media, and reading and also listening to news channel. We are making some decisions. Oh, all these things are wrong, but it is not. It is actually not. If somebody is applying the scientific solutions, then we may not understand all those things immediately, but those solutions are successful. These are my reading on this operations research usage in this pandemic situation. Then let me also conclude with a remark which is not related to operation research. Today, people are at home, and there are two theories. Okay, now onwards, there won't be any office, and people can work from home. There will not be any retail shop. So people will buy everything from Amazon or Flipkart. There will not be any theater. So we will see only in Netflix and all. So I am actually, I am of the view that that won't happen. Some people will do always, and all these things were there. See, Amazon was there, Flipkart was there, Netflix was there. Usage is high because of fear. See, human being is a social animal. It is very difficult to be in a room or in a home or in some other place. One day they will go out, and today it is actually happening. Even see, Kerala in March, our cases were relatively low. Today in Cochin, we have today's case, I just saw 4,600 or 4,700. So now slowly people are accepting the fact that today or tomorrow I'll get to this. And people are going out. So that is already happening. But as George sir said, they may not spend. That is because tomorrow I may not have a job. Tomorrow I have to save for tomorrow. That is a different issue. That is I am not correlating with that. It is not the fear of death, or it is because tomorrow whether I'll be able to survive or not. So livelihood is actually creating the problem rather than the life threat today. So this is something actually I also discussed with Ravindranath. He may have a different view, but um, I am of the view that people will go out, people will start seeing all those things. For example, in London or UK or some other country, they are talking about 50% government will pay if you eat out. And similarly, if you go to a theater and see a drama or a movie, 50% government will subsidize. So seat out and eat out, we read. So this should be the way to go forward. And then I am sure that this also will, we will overcome all these issues. Probably it will take a little more time, but I am really optimistic on this solution. And coming back to OR, the last is actually OR created, OR the science, actually created by world wars. Actually, the science evolved between the First World War and Second World War. Post Second World War, the usage increased. So this science is similarly, the new methodologies will be evolved for optimization because of COVID. And this Google release is a classical example of that. That's all from my side. Thank you very much. And also let me congratulate all the participants and winners. And some of the projects which you have presented is extremely good. Take it forward and congratulations to them. Thanks.
Thank you, Balakrishnan sir, for that thought-provoking and enlightening talk on the applications of OR in our day-to-day lives. It was interesting to understand how latest OR tools can be used during this pandemic situation, especially for ambulance routing and testing and sampling. We have a message from Shikta Singh for you, sir. She says, yes, now people are venturing to go out, and this is optimism bias. Would you like to comment on it? Balakrishnan sir, you are on mute.
Can you please repeat the question?
Just come
yeah, Shikta, it's a message from Shikta Singh. She says, yes, now people are venturing to go out, and this is optimism bias.
No, as I mentioned, actually, I don't think you can actually lock down people for a long period of time. The human race actually evolved by grouping together. If you look back, how actually our civilization grown, it is in the riverfront by agriculture. They stayed together. They celebrated together. All these celebrations are actually from the farm. Actually, first celebration was made by farmers. So still that DNA is with us. I don't think we will be locked down permanently at home.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your take on the comment. Now let's move on to the final step of the event. Let me invite Dr. Ashwati Ashokan A, our founding member and the latest awardee of doctorate in ORSI Kochi chapter. She was awarded doctorate recently under the joint doctorate program by IIT Madras and Curtin University, Australia. Dr. Ashwati, welcome you for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. Nisha. So, a very good evening to one and all present here. I deem it an honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this memorable event. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank our chief guest, Mr. C.J. George, Managing Director, Geojit Financial Services Limited, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion. The session gave a perspective on the current state of economy, showing the importance and the role of consumer confidence as a way of reviving the economy. On behalf of the ORSI Kochi chapter, I thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart for a thoughtful session. And I also express my heartfelt thanks to Sri A. Balakrishnan, Director, Geojit Financial Services Limited, and an executive committee member of ORSI Kochi chapter for his talk on application of operations research in the new normal. I thank you, sir, for the insightful session. I thank all the participants and their institutes for taking part in our event, Innovation Hunt 2020. Hearty congratulations to the 8 winners of this event. We are grateful to our President of ORSI Kochi chapter, Dr. P. Ravindranath, Principal Consultant and Kerala Head of R.K. Swamy BBDO Private Limited, for his words of encouragement. I thank you, sir, for your kindness, interest, and continued support. My heartfelt thanks to our founding member and the Vice President of ORSI Kochi chapter, Dr. Rajikumar G, Associate Professor at Amrita School of Business, for his vision, inspiration, and commitment. I thank you, sir, for your unstinted support and encouragement. I express special gratitude to our Honorary Secretary of ORSI Kochi chapter, Dr. Roy John, Senior Consultant at Consol Associates Management Consultancy, for taking the initiative in wonderfully organizing this event. I thank you, sir, for your support and contribution. I thank ORSI Kochi chapter member, Sri Balaji, Quality Control Manager at Sun Fiber Optics, for introducing the speaker. I thank you, sir, for your support. My sincere thanks to our MC today as ORSI Kochi an ORSI Kochi chapter member, Mrs. Nisha MR, founder of Consol Associates Management Consultancy, for guiding us through this entire event. Thank you, ma'am. I take this opportunity to thank all the distinguished invitees present here by devoting your time to attend this event. Thank you all. Last but not the least, I owe special gratitude to all the members of ORSI Kochi chapter for their continued effort and support. Thank you all. Once again, thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all, everybody who joined. Yeah.
We hope to see you all for our next event.
Right. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.